Hello, folks. So in this video, I want to start off by talking about how I'm trying to improve my life. Um, I'm hoping that I don't repeat stuff in this series, but I think it's inevitable. But I'll tell you what I think about on a daily basis these days, and and at a high level, how I categorize them. For example, I think about my health, my physical health, my mental health, and like working on improving them. For example, um, you know, reading about mental health and how to improve it, and then reading about physical health, like for example, and also checking out stuff like say trying out running, cycling, and then what else? Yeah, I mean, health is one of those categories that I have as part of life. And the next thing I look at is like say, um, you know, myself, okay, I'm wondering about my priorities. Awesome. Okay, so basically there are many of them. Let me not prioritize so that let me not tell the priority for now, but there's basically health, there's money, there's career, there's of course friends, family, and when I say family, it also includes at the same level relationships, partner, like romantic relationship, and what else? Hmm. Mhm. So yeah, I mean there are different categories, and I usually put career, money, and all at the end. Uh, but funnily, when I take decisions, I don't always look at the same priority. But what I've been trying to do recently is like not focus entirely on one of the things. Like for example, entirely focus on health, or entirely focus on say career or money, like finances, like take care of my finances, or entirely focus on my relationships, family, partner, and all that, or like friends and all that. So try to balance. And the other thing I'm trying to do is make myself more educated and aware by reading stuff. So these days I've been like looking at the Google suggested articles most of the time that I get. So they suggest based on the things that I read. So a lot of the articles that I read are from almost the same set of websites. So I read from Psychology Today. I read from I think this website called Neuroscience News. I'm not sure. I'll put a list in the description maybe. And then this website called Inc. Pretty famous. An entrepreneur, and then some analytics websites around like analytics. Talks about AI, machine learning, that. I read some of those articles. Um, a lot of the articles that I read is usually around health, life in general, leadership. It's intriguing for me, so I just read about them. And not just articles, I've also been trying to read books. Previously, I was the guy who just bought books but never read them. At least not most. I mean, I got a lot of books, but the number of books I read from that list was pretty less. Um, the very good thing was that my first company, ThoughtWorks, and my current company, they have allowances to actually, improve your well-being. Like in ThoughtWorks, there was health and wellness well-being allowance, which you can use to buy books. And even my current company, VMware, has like almost triple or no 5x the same amount for wellness, and they define well-being not just for health but financial, health well-being, and like there's two more pillars. So I usually just use the money in general, say for financial or health, and money is money. It's like, and then I that the same money I'll use it somewhere else for something else also. So it's just a matter of allocation. So yeah, but I mean I am pretty much privileged to actually get books. But recently I've been realizing that I can't buy a lot of books. Like I mean I would end up just stacking up a lot of books or having a lot of ebooks or whatever. And I'm not so much into ebooks. So I'm planning to actually probably go to libraries. Even though buy my books from Amazon, like for lesser price, say a lot of discounts. especially the popular ones. So yeah, I mean, I used to just buy books, and now I'm starting to read them properly. So the current books that I'm reading, not even books. So I started reading this one recently, Atomic Habits. One moment. Oh God, I was on mute all this time. Cool, it's fine. So basically, I was talking about Atomic Habits book and the Courage to be Disliked book. And yeah, I mean, I was telling about how I'm trying to read books and not just be the guy who's just buying books. And I read this one completely. I'm reading The Atomic Habits and The Courage to Be Disliked. And also this one is yet to be completed. The Big Magic. It's about creative living. And then fictions. I don't read much, so two fictions that I have to read, or I'm gonna read. Have to read sounds like some chore that I don't like. Um, I actually already started reading Silent Patient. It was interesting, pretty interesting. And The Paper Downs was also pretty interesting. The premise was pretty interesting. And Ego is the enemy caught my eye. I mean, many titles catch my eye. So, yep, I am yet to read these. I started reading this off long, long ago. I got it long, long ago, and I started reading this very late, long, long ago. And I stopped again. I read probably a few pages, few hundred pages probably. It's an interesting book. No hard feelings, emotions at work, and how they help us succeed. It's by Liz Fosslien and Molly West Duffy. So yeah, I mean, planning to read these, and I have a lot more books that I plan to read, or more like I will read, or else I'll just become the guy who just buys books and does not read them. Just buying books as a hobby, but not reading them. But yeah, I've been trying to read books, and more like now I think I'm a voracious reader. Something that I used to just be awestruck at. And I was like, wow, voracious reader, you're a voracious reader. Nice. I mean, like when other people say that stuff. Now I am a voracious reader. I read a lot of articles, a lot of books, and I'm like, I mean, a lot of as in like compared to the previous me, I read a lot now. And so yeah, I mean, I've been trying to improve my life by just reading books to understand you know, life in general, or say even look at, say, instead of looking at movies, read fiction and things like that. I do still look at see movies, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I mean, I am very much attracted to self-help books. This is something that I was saying on mute. uh, yeah, that's something for me to think about. I'm addicted to self-help books, is what I was saying first. And yeah, not that much to fiction, I guess, but yeah, I've been very wary of it at times. I'm like, "God, why are you reading too much self-help books or self-improvement books?" But basically, many of the books that I just showed is kind of on life or improvement and things like that. So sometimes I'm afraid if I'm like optimizing too much on improving um, than just living. Optimizing too much on like improving the life and just living the life. But yeah, it's a I'm gonna try to actually have a healthy balance, I guess. And yeah, just read one book at a time instead of like having many books. I mean, I was ambitious, like, let's read multiple books at the same time, little by little every day, but figured no, let's just read one. It's easier that way. But fortunately, I've had the privilege to buy these books or even have access to these books, like even through a library or whatever. I'm going to actually join another library soon, so that I don't spend too much money on buying books. Instead, I just lend them, like borrow them, and then read. And yeah, I mean, fortunate enough to actually access all this information through hard copies like books, and also soft copies, ebooks, and like also articles and all, to actually read and understand about life in general or anything about work and whatnot to improve my life and my mental health, my relationships, um, and like in general understanding about the society, for example, understanding about other people, understanding about emotions and things like that. But yeah, it's an ongoing journey for me. I'm just trying to record this so that future me can also check it out in case he wants to look back at who he was. But I'm not sure how much I would be interested in looking at who we are. I would be more interested in who I want to be and keep improving. But yeah, to look back and like just take inspiration whenever needed and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, to keep improving. Yeah, this is me just trying to keep improving. So I'll keep recording some videos to talk about how I'm improving every day. And yeah, In other way, I'll probably talk about what stuff I do on a daily basis sometimes. I'm trying to do that on a daily basis. Yeah, things like say journaling. As part of journaling, like just writing what's going on or what I'm feeling, and then things like what I'm grateful for, and then I'm just trying it out to see how it is and how it feels like and how it affects me and all that, negatively or positively or whatever it is, to understand and experiment and see how it is. I've read that it's pretty good to write down what it is. Like, the journaling the whole thing itself is pretty good. So what I'm grateful for, what I enjoy. For example, I read that you know mood follows action. If I'm in a bad mood, I won't want to do anything. But sometimes I've noticed that if I do something and then that gives me a good mood, that's pretty nice. So even though I was in a bad mood, I get into a pretty good mood once I do something. Um, so what I enjoy on a daily basis, what I enjoyed on a daily basis. So note that down so that I can look back and be like, okay, today I don't feel like doing something, but these are some stuff I enjoy. So I could do one of these and then see how I can probably change my mood. Yeah, and what I enjoy, and then I do reflections, basically journaling, and then also some specific things which I write down as like things to fix or like problems to fix and whatnot, so that I know what are the problems that I'm trying to solve, and then like fix them. And then I also write down my diet, like on a daily basis what I'm eating, to understand what I ate. Is it healthy? Do I get all the stuff that I need, all the nutrients and minerals and vitamins, micronutrients, macronutrients, and what else? And then I write down a daily plan usually on what I'm trying to achieve that day. But usually that just becomes a very big to-do list, and I keep moving some of the tasks to the next day, and so on. But it's nice to just have a plan and be like, okay, so these are a lot of things that I plan to do, but I can't do it in a day. I usually don't realize that until the day is over. I'm like, oh, okay, I still have a lot of stuff to do. So there's always work to do, there's always stuff to do. And so it's a never ending list, to-do list. But yeah, it's nice to have a plan, or else my day becomes a black hole and I just end up doing almost nothing and then be like, how did my day just end like that with me not doing much? Um, and yeah, I've been trying to do YouTube videos. So I'm a YouTuber now. I record a lot of videos and post on YouTube, and yeah, I also learn, say, programming on a day-to-day basis and things like that. Like I'm currently learning Rust programming language, and I'm also trying my hand at game design. It's pretty interesting. So I just like games. So uh, yeah, so that's some of the stuff that I've been trying to do on a daily basis. I'll probably cover other stuff later, like cycling and whatnot, running, and yeah, I'll probably talk a lot about this Atomic Habits book. This is pretty much what I'm going to depend on for some time to create some good habits and also get rid of any bad habits that I have. Um, so that I can do more stuff on a daily basis and get used to it so much that it becomes a part of my life in a very hassle-free manner. Yep. So that's all I had this in this video. Oh my god, that's all I had in this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.